everybody, it's Abby Cooper and Lewis Cooper, otherwise known as Santa Poodle. Today we are so excited to share with you 5 books that we have read and loved lately, and we think you will love them too, don't we, Lewis? He says yes, because he has totally approved every single book. He smelled them all, okay? He put his head on them all to make sure that they're comfortable. So he really worked hard for this video, so we hope you appreciate his efforts. Also, I read the stories, and so they're good too. Cool. Let's get started. Ready? Book number 1 is called Inkling by Kenneth Oppel. And this is Inkling on the cover. He is an actual blot of ink who comes to life and starts just drawing up a storm. Everything, anything. He can draw it. And the main character thinks this is amazing, especially because people in his class kind of expect him to be an amazing artist because his dad is this really famous graphic designer creator. But guess what? The main character can't actually draw. Awkward. Luckily, Inkling comes along to save the day. But it's not always that easy because there's a girl in the class who's a little suspicious of our main character's sudden abilities. And there's some stuff going on with the main character's dad. And there's some evil ink blots inside Inkling. And shenanigans happen. This book is full of humor, action, adventure. I really liked it because there's so much going on, but ultimately it's like a sweet, nice story about family and friends and figuring out your talents. Check out Inkling. It's so good. It's so good. The next book I want to share is called Blended by Sharon Draper, who is also the author of Out of My Mind and a bunch of other books, and she's amazing. And this book, whoa, like whoa, you know? You ever read a book that just makes you whoa? That's this one. Okay, so Isabella is our main character, and she's kind of caught in the middle of a lot of things in her life. Her parents are divorced, and they both have new partners, which, you know, makes things a little different, a little complicated. Plus, there's the fact that her dad is black, her mom is white, and so she's mixed race, and when some racial things happen at school, she sort of needs to figure out where she fits in and what she thinks about it. So she's just really torn in the middle of a lot of different things. But meanwhile, she has a cool attitude. She's really fun and friendly and the kind of person I would want to be friends with. So reading this book, you know, I really felt bad for Isabella. I felt worried for her, but I also just felt like, let's hang out. So that's always fun when you find a book like that. And there's also something that happens at the end that will also make you whoa, although it's more like a whoa, but it'll be okay. Spoiler. Read Blended though. You'll find a new friend. Another book I want to share is called The Train of Lost Things by Joan Paquette. Oh, I loved this book. You ever lose something and you're like, where did that thing go? Like it just completely disappears. Thin air, like it's nowhere. Not even in the weird random places like the refrigerator, which is where I tend to find a lot of my lost things. Why? I don't know. Maybe they're hungry. I don't know. Anyway, the main character in this book has always been told by his dad that lost things hop aboard this train of lost things, and that's where they all go. And you know, it sounds like a funny story, like, okay, Dad, that's what they do. But one night, after he loses something special, the main character actually sees the train of lost things flying across the sky. And he decides, I gotta get on that train. And he does. And what happens next will blow your mind. So if you like stories that are sort of magical things happening to real people, kind of like my books, The Train of Lost Things is a really good choice for you. Another book I read lately is called Property of the Rebel Librarian. This book is so cool. If you like books, you know, well, this is a book, but it's also a book about books, which, like, does it get better than that? I don't know. I don't think so. So the main character in this book loves to read, but one day her parents start going through her books, and they start saying things like, some of these books might be a little too scary, or a little too sad, or a little too inappropriate. Like, who is this captain anyway, and why is he always wearing underpants? And so they take away some of her books. Oh, so sad. But then they take it a step further and go to her school. And they say, school, what are you doing? Why are you letting our kids read about these wizards who encourage bad wizardy things? And the school actually says, oh my goodness, parents, you're right. And the school gets rid of a lot of their books. And so our main character decides, this is not right, this is not okay. And so she starts a top secret library out of a locker where kids can check out books, leave books, all those kinds of things. One other thing I like about this book is the fact that it mentions actual other books within its pages. And then at the end, if you need ideas for other fun things to read, check it out. There's some other fun things to read. And guess what I also really like about this book? Dun 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 dun. Check out one of the books that's mentioned. I wrote that. That's me. Ah! And Sticks and Stones is also mentioned in the book. I won't tell you where. You have to find it. Also, if you like this book, another one that's similar is Ban This Book by Alan Gratz. They have similar plots and themes, and they're both, like, amazing. And they're different enough where you should totally read both. So, if these type of books seem interesting to you, you get 2 for the price of 1. And finally, last but not least, Some Writer, The Story of E.B. White by Melissa Sweet. Oh yeah, she illustrated too. So this book came out back in 2016, but I just got around to reading it, and I think it's so cool. It's nonfiction, and it's actually a biography about author E.B. White, who's the author of Stuart Little and Charlotte's Web, and a lot of those other awesome books / movies that we all know and love. And this book is so cool because it tells you a lot of facts, but it also shows you actual photographs and drafts and letters from E.B. White's actual life. And as a writer, this book was cool because it gave me some really good tips and advice. And plus, just the illustrations in this book are so cool. I mean, you could literally just go through the pictures and have a great time. Really cool book. Really, really cool. So, that's my suggestions for your winter break book reading. There we go. No problem. I'd love to hear what else you'd recommend. I'm always looking for awesome books to read. So leave a comment and let me know what I should check out over winter break. And as always, if you like this video, remember to subscribe and give it a thumbs up so that I know you like it. So I know I should keep making more and all that fun stuff. And I hope you have an awesome winter break filled with rest and relaxation and good food and good friends and good books. Woo!